Hello dear viewer, I'm leesusss. Welcome back to Empyrion Galactic Survival. And last time we were playing some of the DLC. The Dark Faction DLC. Ow! God, my ears. Yeah, and I think I'd made it pretty clear that it was kind of fun, but...
Emergency situation detected. Robinson Protocol UCH-001A initiated.
No!
Do you want to activate the tutorial help information?
No, I'm a bloody expert. I need no help of any sort, he says. Getting ready for about an hour's time when I will desperately need some help. I'll be fine. So last time, yeah, we played a bit of Dark Faction, and it was alright, but I wasn't... It was too set-piece. You know, I'd rather run around and do other things, and, you know, have the opportunity to mess around a bit more. So what I thought I would do is I am going to play the story mode this time. However, there's kind of a problem I find with the story mode. Having done this a few times, I've never actually got very far with story mode. And what I've found is it takes a bit of a time to get there. And I wonder if this might be a common problem with people with me. There's lots of stories we can do here. Main storyline is here. Okay? Activate mission. So we've crashed. We're stranded in the galaxy. There's no sign of Operation Phoenix, wherever that is. We've got Ida, our little AI companion, in our suit. We've got to fly to Omicron, the Elon system, to move on and do more stuff. Yeah, so let's press M on here. So here we are on Aqua, and we need to go here. Omicron, over here, right? That's actually quite a big ask. You can spend a lot of hours trying to get from here to here. Okay? And then do the storyline and everything else from there. And I thought, can we do this a bit quicker? Can we do it a bit more efficiently? You know, because we're here in Aqua, and we've got 4 other. This is Crown is the gas giant here. We're on Aqua, one of the planets, one of the moons around here, and there's also Ningres and Skyllion and Masperon. And you can start on different ones of these, but we're starting on Aqua, which is the easy one. It's easy because it's got air, which not all of them have, and it's a temperate climate, and it's fairly friendly and nothing too much. Some things will try to eat us. That is true. I won't deny that, but it won't be too bad. They won't chew too hard, yeah. But the point is still, to get there, you've got to do a lot of stuff to get to the point where you can actually get on with the storyline. So I thought, why don't I cut out some of that? I don't think it's actually, between you and I don't think some of the preparatory stuff is actually that interesting. Yeah, it's all right. You can do some local missions. You can go, where is it? Aqua, local story. You can run around on here and you can do stuff with these guys, and you can go to the village and they give you some crappy jobs to do, and then you can do some, and you work your way through. But it's it still takes you some time to actually get onto the real storyline for here, and it's a bit like the start of Skyrim. People get sick of doing the stuff part, you know. So I thought, oh, there's me. Look at me. What a buff chap with my shiny bald head. Why don't we skip some of that? So what I'll do is I will take you through some of the basics of what we need to do to get onto the next area, and we'll look about some more efficient ways of, you know, how can you more quickly progress through going through, wandering around these, gathering enough materials to then get onto here fairly quickly. Okay, so what does that actually mean at the start? Well, the usual stuff. You know, you can see on bottom left, I'm quite injured. I've you know, I could do with being bandaged. I've got a couple of bandages over here. I can heal myself a little bit, and I've got some snack bars. I can eat those. No, come on, eat them. There we go. And I can start collecting resources and doing everything else I want to do from there. Yeah, I did this in a previous video, so you can possibly go back and look at some of that, about how you do it. So the plan is, let's find the various breakpoints that you need to get to, and how to do those as quickly as possible. So, for example, probably the best thing to do now, after we've gathered some resources, we can get ourselves a bit more mobile by, for example, we can build. Fairly easily. We might better build it now, actually. Over here somewhere. There is, on our little portable survival constructor, there's a hover bike. Oh, I need to put materials in there. There we go. We need to build a hover bike. And that one, there we go. Nice and easy. That will enable us to get mobile around here, and I can make some food. This is my suit constructor. So, for example, my suit itself, Cyber Suit, can make cereal bars for me, more cereal bars, just from plant protein, which I can collect around here from all these sausages running around. I can do various other things to slowly improve ourselves, you know, until we're ready to do the next thing. But really the next thing is to get to the point where we can do things more efficiently. It doesn't take very much to start filling up your inventory, especially when, like me, you've got the settings set that not only does the number of items you can fit in your inventory make a difference, but also volume and weight are factors as well. I like to include these because you don't have to. You can make things a little easier for yourself by not doing that. But I'm doing it because I just feel that you probably should, as far as that goes. There's our bike. There you go. So we can now hop on this at any point and start zooming around. And because it's an open world game, you can get yourself in trouble quite quickly, very efficiently, even on a little peaceful world like this one. So what I'm going to do, first thing to do, is to build a base. And the purpose of the base is to give yourself somewhere nice and safe to be, and also to store all your crap. Okay, it's just easy. Now, believe me, I've played this game quite a few times, and it's very easy to. It's in my nature to try and skip some things, maybe, you know, take some shortcuts. But there's a limit to that kind of thing, and I've tried various things by making other ways of doing this as quickly as possible. But I find that you've really got to build a base, especially when you've got volume can turn on. So what we're going to do, I'm going to find the perfect place for a base. Then I'm going to build an easy base. Okay, but let's find the location where I need to be first, and we'll go from there. I'm finding some good places to camp around. Actually, probably not here, but I will camp around here fairly soon. Oh, we've got a soft whispering from the structure. You know, I've just been wandering around collecting stuff and doing things and getting injured by the wildlife and that stuff from there. Well, this is a key point to visit. We'll visit here. That's what we should do.
Matrix taker detected. Configuration compatible. Imprint and access permission enabled. Key matrix generated.
Now, some people would find that worrying. I think that's absolutely fine. We've got a new item. We've got some radiation coming in. Can you get that off my screen? Oh, this game can be quite buggy sometimes. Okay. How am I going to get that off my screen? It's gone. We did it. Okay. We did that, and then over here we saw a little camp somewhere as well. There was like some nerds have been camping over here, studying this this font of knowledge thing. Where was it? There we go. See, quite important. This will help out a great deal. A nice little camp around here. We're not going to stay here actually, but we're using this. We can find out where we can stay if we don't set ourselves on fire from this this perpetually burning campsite here. So over here we've got useful information coming in about the region in general. So we can find out about the planet and the sort of aliens that here. Looks nice, you know, a bit cuddly. Oh, don't do that. Don't do that, me. Here we got alien bugs. We've got pangolins. Anything in yellow is a bit aggressive, okay? Lizard mules. Actually nice. Go away. I can set mosquito. Get out of here. Parasaurs, also, they're fine. Pteropods, not friendly. I've been eating them. And raptors, definitely not friendly. I think we can all agree on that. And over here as well, we can look at plants and ores and various other things, but we're not worried about that for now. What we do care about, though, is where things are. Okay? And we can have all these things marked on our HUD. Technologies here, experimental farms and various other things. Yeah, we can do all of that. So we've now got a bunch of locations on here. We want to find one of those. We want to find the scientist camp, I think, which is quite close to where we crash landed. We'll do that anyway. Anything cool in here? Fruits and alien thorns. I mean, sure. Anything in here? Optical fires and stathium plates. Super vital, I am certain. Okay, now we've found that, we need to go and find the scientist camp. Off we go. Aha! Here we are, scientist camp, and these lot were studying the obelisk over here. Yeah. And that's going to be quite useful, which is why we're going to build our base here. Now, it is a little swampy around here, I'll admit that, but we're not going to starve. There's no shortage of food. We might get aggressively tickled by the occasional tellurapod, but apart from that, we'll probably be fine. Okay, so build a base around here. Well, first of all, before we do that, let's do what we... Yes, Ida, it's a scientist camp. We'll have a look. Any of these markers like this on the first world of Aqua will give us guides to where all the other interesting locations are that we're going to skim through fairly quickly. But this one, very similar to the last one. Yeah, we can look at local data, and we can look at all... These are already obviously on the HUD already anyway. We can mark them on there like that. There's various mysteries going on here that the scientists were studying. Can we look at the other planets? No, we can't. We need to find a different scanner for the other planets in the region. Anything useful in here? Tales of Tash. Okay. Tales of Tash are collectibles. Yes, storylines from Tash Akitalan. So we've been studying the obelisks. So there's an obelisk on each of the moons around the gas giant. Remember I said at the start, we can start on one of the moons depending on what they are. And they are useful, yeah, as far as that goes. And we've already been to the Font of Knowledge. And what that means is, let's find the front door. Because we've been to the Font of Knowledge, we picked up our key matrix pass key. I don't think there's anything aggressive in there, but we'd be careful. I've got my shotgun out. Okay, there we go. And we have here a small console. All members of the expedition teams report to the responsible base commanders. System error. Okay. Ida says the portal down here seems to be inactive. This portal here. There are active teleporters at the top of the obelisk. Would you be surprised to hear if I told you that there are 4 teleporters? Yeah? And there's an obelisk on each world. So, one of the ways that we can shortcut what we're doing here... What's in here? Tales of Tash again. Yes. More from Tash Akitalan. Obelisk suddenly lit up. Invisible voices started talking to us from strange lights. Something about a progenitor species. Ooh. Anyway, things are going on. Now what we can do, let's get my torch out. I can get a torch on my suit later. But for now, by locating this fairly early on, what we have is... We can actually skip the rest of the local tasks. We don't have to do them, but oh, geez. I might do them because XP is important at the start. At any rate, XP is easy to get, but at the start you are hurting for it. You need it a little bit. So there's 4 teleporters here, and they will go to different locations. Yeah, and it means that we don't have to have a ship to fly to the other local moons of the gas giant. Yeah, we could just go there. Now, we don't want to go there yet because we're on the easy world, remember? Not the others are quite so friendly as that. But by building a base here, right by this thing here, we can easily jump to the other worlds and save some building. Yeah, save ourselves some building. So the next task from here, like I said, is to, or level 5, there we go, by collecting items and discovering things. You go up in levels. Levels unlock things in the tech tree. Yeah, like I unlocked the shotgun earlier. That's what we need. So now we've got that, we need to build a base here. And then once I've done that, I will run around, do some of the basic tasks around here to get some XP and some simple equipment. We've got one more big job to do in this world, and then we will start hopping between the moons, doing stuff up there, and that will progress us enough to get to actually jumping to Omicron.